Confused,
what do we
but at
do the
peace.
next day?
Charlotte's gonna wake up. All right. Still in the chamber of ancient orc shit.
Did we get any weird? Did Charlotte get the weird, creepy vision that we got from last time we slept in here?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, there wasn't a freaking ghost floating around.
That we know of. So
Yeah,
yeah, Charlotte's
I'm
wake
gonna-
up,
I'm gonna
eat a ration.
I am also going to eat a ration.
Then
Actually, I'm going to at this point hand off my. I will go to Charlotte and pass one of my last potion of fire breathing.
Okay. I'll hand. Do you want the scroll of knock and the scroll of Melth's Afsid arrow? Because I can't use either of those.
Certainly, but that works.
Scrolls can be cast into the ring, by the way, which is a neat
Oh,
little
That's neat.
exploit that's possible.
It's possible. I don't think we need it right now because, I'm thinking that I'm honestly the thing I'm thinking about putting into the. Here, actually, I know how to do this. Haha. I can take my potion and put it into the party inventory.
I was gonna say.
As Charlotte just did with the scroll. Very good.
Yeah. Put the scrolls in there.
All right.
Potion of fire breathing. Yoink.
Because that is a better use of your bonus action than mine.
I was gonna say, what's the ring holding at? Like as Charlotte wakes up and immediately is talking magical theory.
The last, it has 2 open spell slots. The last thing I used out of it was a heightened Maximilian Earthen Grasp. So right now the only thing it has in it is a Feather Fall and Spider Climb. So I could
question DM.
Yo.
Can we say that I still had some spell slots left before the long rest? Can we say that I thought the ring was still full? Can we say that I put something in it?
Totally. What would you like to have put into the ring?
A second level absorb elements. That might come in handy against a dragon.
Yeah, that makes sense. Absorb elements, I believe, is a reaction that allows you to...
Whenever you take acid, cold, fire, lightning, or thunder damage.
You gain resistance to it, and then your next attack has that energy with it.
Yeah.
No problem.
And at second level, it does more.
Yeah, the damage it deals out afterwards is higher by a d6.
It's reasonable.
You are not accosted in the night. What do you do the next day?
All right. Do we want to check out the forge, or after we've eaten breakfast, do we want to check out the forge, or do we want to go to where we know where the dragon is?
I need to get my familiar back.
That's a good way.
So I'm gonna do that.
While that's going down, Laura's gonna go out into this bigger room. What's it look like now that it's morning?
I mean, it looks the same. Morning doesn't really mean anything down here.
It's like they're embers.
But so at this point, the embers have gone out.
Okay, so there's nobody who's come back for them.
No,
Okay.
This room has not been in use since the last time you were here.
Did we actually open this door?
You did not open that door. No.
I'm opening this door.
Sweet. It's not locked. When you open the door, you see what looks like probably kitchens.
Okay. I'm gonna sneak around inside of here.
Okay.
I'm not wearing armor right now.
Okay.
Just so you know. It means I don't have disadvantage.
So go ahead and roll that stealth.
I'm gonna sneak around. I'm trying to make sure that it doesn't give me disadvantage immediately, so give me a second.
$19, no problem.
Yep.
And I've got some box text. The stairs leading south from the pillared hall end at a wooden door. Beyond is a corridor that opens up into a large room lined with hearths. This room must once have served as a kitchen. Pots, pans, cauldrons, and kettles lie scattered on the floor and strewn across several tables. An archway to the west leads into a pantry filled with rotted foodstuffs. Suddenly, and whether or not you were in stealth, you hear a scraping sound, and a big wooden table shudders and begins to move, heading right toward you. Let's go ahead and get some initiative going.
Oh, fuck, is this
Okay.
a
That's obnoxious, but...
Is it just a... Is it an animated table, or is it a mimic?
I'm going to let everybody roll into this, because this animated table / mimic is not particularly quiet. However, Calder, you you get advantage on the initiative regardless because of the warning thing. Never mind.
Correct.
But the source isn't within the radius?
No.
That only counts for surprise.
That only counts for surprise. Yeah, that was the thought that went through my head as well, Gail.
So should we all roll?
So you should all roll. I am also going to roll.
Have I summoned my familiar yet?
This was while you were doing your familiar.
You kind of hear in the back a very faintly, be our guest, be our guest. No, never mind.
I'll say I'm still summoning my familiar.
I like the idea of like the song. It's the instrumental of "Be Our Guest," but getting louder and more menacing with each cycle of the instrumental.
Okay.
Be our guest. Be our guest.
I am going to roll initiative just for the NPCs. Excellent. Okay, so.
Plural.
For well, maybe or maybe not. Kreetha, you're the first person to go. You hear like from far to the south, you hear creaking wood and like crackling, and it definitely sounds like something is about to go down. What do you do? It definitely sounds like violence is about to happen.
Oh yeah, so both me and Stinky, and I'm still on top of Stinky. I've been like doing everything on top of Stinky. He kind of rears up, and I'm obviously like ready for it. And I go, something's happening. And then I just tear out of there with one giant bound of Stinky, which is... I don't remember.
Stinky has a speed of 40 feet, so 80 feet total. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You've gone 35 feet so far. You still have another 45 to go if he's sprinting.
There? I've lost count.
That's I'll go ahead and say you get to the top of the stairs.
Okay.
So with a dash, Stinky is able to get you all the way to the top of the stairs. You see Lore, and that's where we're ending for now. The table.
Well, hold on. Lore's still stealth. Does she see Lore?
Oh, good point.
It's a good question. Why do I have
table might have been a proximity thing, but
Em, why do you have less?
More stealth, but do I see a table?
Not yet.
Really hear it.
Be our guest. Be our guest.
Em, you look
it's only
perplexed.
saying I have 3 out of 5 hit dice, and I don't know how to fix it, so I'm not going to touch it anymore.
Yeah, no worries. Okay, so yes, when you get into the room, it's not a matter of whether it can see you or not. It's a proximity thing. You get in there, and suddenly this table like dashes around the room, and like I'm thinking of it like, you know how sometimes when something really big is moving, it'll try to take a turn a little bit too fast, and it'll kind of crash into the wall.
Yes.
Yeah,
And-
toddlers do that.
Yes, and so do either animated tables or mimics. And it's going to go ahead and just run up to you and just try to, like, it rears up and tries to bash you with a couple of its table legs. That's not what I want to do. Hold on. That is... Oh, it's charging. That's what it is. Okay, cool.
Can it charge around corners?
Hold on, let me make sure. It says straight toward the target, so no. So it moves around. It does hit you, but it's not able to levy its charge attack. It will deal some damage. That's more damage than I intended to do. Hold on. Oh, I added the 2d8. Okay, so take 10 damage off of that, please. I did too much. You take 14 damage as it turns around and basically just, boom, slaps you across the side of the head with a table leg. Fun times. That's all it's got. Calder.
I believe it's the dash action.
Yeah, dash would allow you to move up to twice your speed. And in fact, hold on, let me go ahead and lock movement again so you can see how far you're going. There we go.
Okay. That's twice my move.
Laura's fighting a table.
Well, that was my action.
Charlotte.
Charlotte's in the middle of casting.
That's right. Charlotte is bringing
Familiar
Swoops back.
I heard Kreetha say something's happening and leave, and then hear the sound of Calder going, like. So I'll, assuming Meepo's still in the room, go, what's happening? Shout if you need me, and I'm gonna keep casting.
Laura, it's your turn. You were just bitch slapped by a table.
Yeah. I
like it how the art for the table is rearing up.
It is good.
I'm just gonna move us into move myself into an actual square real quick. I'm sorry.
Totally.
It's not. I don't want to be on a vertices because it makes numbers confusing to me.
Totally.
Can I make? I want to move past the table. Can I make like an acrobatics check for that?
Yeah, let's go ahead and make that acrobatics check. I like that idea.
No.
Ooh.
Okay.
So I'm going to ask you a question, because critical fumbles aren't a thing with skill checks. What consequence, if any, happens from your attempt to vault over the table and rolling such a low total?
Why don't you ask Jeff that?
Hey Jeff, what consequence happens to Lore as she tries to tumble over the table and just utterly flubs it?
It's full of a bunch of molded food, yeah?
Oh, let's not do the mold thing.
Okay.
Yeah, as
Okay,
I am
I forgot.
100% not okay with that shit.
Okay.
There's no mold food. It's just
it's just dust. But that said, like, I'm okay with just comedy of errors, like knocking over the biggest pile of dishes that ever was.
Yeah.
Making difficult terrain in proximity to the table.
Okay. Let me go ahead.
Do I get over the table then? Because there's nothing on this side of the table.
I'm gonna say that you're able to get over the table, but you land prone.
Okay.
So, like, you get up onto the table, you're about to jump over, and, like, it rears up, and you tumble off the back of it and fall to the ground. You are prone, but you've only used half of your movement.
Yeah,
so
and
if
I'll
you
take
use
the other half of my movement to stand up.
You stand up.
I'm gonna put my hand on the table.
Uh-huh.
And I'm going to I'm gonna attack it. I'm gonna for my first attack. I'm gonna use the shove action.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna use a shove attack, which I think is an athletics check, but I'm not sure.
It is. It's a contested athletics versus its. It doesn't have athletics, so it's against its strength.
Yeah. So
Ready when you are.
I'm rolling.
Okay, yeah, you're able to overpower it. I think you can shove it up to half your movement speed, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't know.
I don't know
You
for
can,
sure.
if you win the contest, you can either knock the target prone or push it 5 feet away from you.
5 feet. Got it.
Unless you have a special shove thing that does more.
Can it be knocked prone? I would like to flip this fucking table.
You flip the table.
Years of practice of like, Lawrence goes, my time has come. Flips the table.
100%. Absolutely.
Okay, I'd like to flip the table, and I'm assuming it's still in the same space as me. Like to use my second attack to do another shove action to kick it 5 feet away.
Do it again. It gets disadvantage on this one because of the prone nonsense. I'm going to hit disadvantage. And I'm going to... Yeah, no problem. So you flip it over and you kick it 5 feet away.
Quick look around the room. Is there anything useful in there? I know it's like a kitchen. Is there like food in here that these people were eating?
No, this is not the food they were eating. All the food in here is nothing that you would want to touch.
And there's like a closet down the way that I can't really see into.
The closet down the way is the pantry. Like,
and there's nothing in there.
There is, but it's nothing you would want to eat. It's an old food storage room. All the food there has long since gone to rot.
Okay. I'm going to bye bitch and Misty Step. And that's my turn.
Misty Step's a bonus, right?
Yes, it is.
Awesome. Up next, we are back to Kreetha. Kreetha!
Wait, what about Meepo?
Meepo's not taking part in this one. He's up there
Meepo
with
is
you.
observing you summoning a scoops.
Alright.
Guarding
cool.
you.
So, Kreetha, there's a table. It's upside down right now and kind of flailing around, kind of like a cockroach on its back.
Yes. Okay. I guess
That's even worse. Too many legs.
I just have to think about what's gonna be the best thing to do. I've noticed table is not like a normal thing that I deal with. Thank you for agreeing, Froggos.
Wow, they're being very excitable today.
There's 2 males. Ravioli, who I thought was a girl, stopped being ill and turned into a boy. And is very loud.
Can they do that?
Life
she was
finds a
probably
way.
always a boy. It's just she was so ill and so young, she hadn't developed the pouch yet. And now she's got the pouch, the nuptial pads. I'm like, you are such a boy.
Trans frogs.
Yeah, pretty much. I still call her her because I've been calling her the whole time. It's really hard to change for frogs for me. It's like, oh, it's
All
hard.
right. What's Kreetha up
Yeah,
to? Let's
sorry,
go.
Frogs distracted me. I would like to.
I mean, the table's wiggling like a bug. Maybe the frog wants to eat it.
I would like to cast as my bonus action, Zephyr Strike.
Okay.
I don't know. I cast on self, I guess.
Zephyr Strike. 1 bonus action, cast on self. You move like the wind. You can give yourself advantage on a weapon attack roll. Deals extra damage. Your walking speed increases by 30 after you take the attack. Makes sense to me, and you don't provoke opportunity attacks. Awesome. Yeah. You don't have to do anything in Fantasy Grounds. It applies to you. You cast Zephyr Strike on yourself. What next?
Okay. I am going to try and make an attack with my short sword.
I imagine you're moving forward?
I'm not trying to click on that. Yeah, I'm moving forward. Hold on. I'm just rechecking Jeff. I had closed the window and.
Are you staying on Stinky as you move forward, or are you giving him the ability to move and do stuff on his own?
I assume that Zephyr Strike does not apply to him.
I don't think it does.
So the walking speed is mine alone. So my guess is that he's going to be moving on his own, and let's say
he's got his own initiative. It's all good.
He's got his own initiative. So let's say
frogs.
he helps launch me off of him.
Awesome.
Which I imagine is something that has been done before between them.
Totally.
So launch and she's actually aiming with I mean, it's a table. There's not much she can do. I mean, she's a crossbow and a short sword. So she's actually aiming with the flat of her blade to try and take off the legs.
Awesome.
Because I don't think that it's wood. It's just going to stick.
Go ahead and move yourself forward.
Okay. Bloop. Bloop.
And if I'm not mistaken, you have 2 attacks. Why isn't it working? Oh, there it goes. You have 2 attacks because you're a ranger. Go ahead and take those.
Yes. So
you get advantage if you choose. You can decide to get advantage on one of these attacks because of Zephyr Strike.
Doesn't she get advantage because it's prone?
Oh, she also gets advantage because it's prone. That's fair. You get advantage either way.
I give myself advantage on
a prone table. What game is this?
Prone table. So both of them get advantage, but the one that has the first one, which is the Zephyr Strike, has the extra D-force if I manage to hit.
Awesome. So start with the first attack.
The D8 force. Okay, so Zephyr Strike, sword. Sorry, I'm looking for my crap. Okay.
Action tab.
Yeah, no, it's been long enough that my brain.
You miss.
Oh, I was supposed to take advantage.
Oh, go ahead and roll the attack one more time.
Crap.
We'll see if you miss again.
Yeah, no, I forgot to click on the advantage thing.
All good. If I had $1 for every time I or somebody else forgot a bonus that we had at the table, I would have lots of dollars. So you do hit it.
I do hit.
Deal the damage, and I believe the D8 should have already been applied to you, so hopefully it'll happen automatically.
I don't know, because I thought I was putting the effect on me, and
I see it. I see the effect.
It says damage 1d8 force.
Roll the damage. Hopefully it'll roll the extra D8. We will figure this game out eventually. Hey, it worked.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay. So you
worked is a thing that can be applied to that.
Walk up and you slash at it with your short sword. It is a table. It is wood, but it doesn't have any sort of damage resistance that you can tell. You carve a bunch of chips off of it. Take your second attack.
At advantage.
At advantage. Hit that advantage.
I remembered to put the advantage on this time.
Nice. Very good. Dropped a 5. Not bad. So you hit it again. Go ahead and deal that damage. That was a D20. That was not damage.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, you attack with the short. It was the attack with the short sword.
There we go.
Awesome.
Hey.
So another 4 damage. So you cut at it, but again, Kreetha's not used to A, fighting this close up, and B, fighting a goddamn table.
What was the D8? Was that like part of the Zephyr Strike?
Yeah, Zephyr Strike. If I hit with my attack, once before the spell ends, you can give yourself advantage on one weapon attack roll on your turn. That attack deals an extra 1d8 force damage on a hit.
Red.
Whether you hit or miss, your walking speed increases by 30 feet until the end of that turn.
It's like a pseudo smite.
So
since that is like that, and my walking speed is normally blah, where's
your walking speed is normally 30. It's now 60. You do have another 30 feet that you can move.
I am going to step back.
Awesome. Now the table.
And he's prone, so he cannot strike me. Right?
Prone doesn't mean they can't take reactions, but I am going to levy disadvantage on its attack because of the proneness. So yes, it is going to attack you at disadvantage.
With its chipped ass old legs.
With its very chipped legs. Here we go.
Yep, you have disadvantage when you're prone.
Why isn't it? Hold on. There we go. It misses. So it's flailing at you as you back off, but you are the wind. You are able to get in there, make your attacks, get out, no problem. Up next is the table itself. The table is going to take half of its move to flip over. Its speed is 40 feet, 5, 10, 15, 20. It has just enough to charge forward at Kretha.
To scuttle.
Yeah, so it's gonna like pull an almost martial arts, like, you know, flipping over.
The
and it's
Kung Fu
gonna
Like, very cartoonish. in my
very,
head.
very cartoonish. And it's gonna go ahead and make a charge attack against Kretha. So we're gonna go ahead and... Why can't I attack you directly? I don't know what's going on. There's something weird
Because
here.
I am like the wind.
And it will miss because you are like the wind. So it runs forward with all the fury of a four-legged wooden piece of furniture, and
I just go,
you're able to kind of like back up and dodge around and not be hurt by it. Up
Or
next
just duck.
is Calder. Calder, a table just ran toward you through the hallway up towards Kretha. What do you do?
I find this fight extremely undignified. I'm just gonna glare angrily at it and cast frostbite. It failed. It failed its con save.
It fails his con save.
It'll take 9 cold damage.
And its next
And-
attack's at disadvantage, yeah?
Correct.
Awesome.
It's an indoor table. It's not used to these temperatures.
I'm just looking at this, just going like, oh god, no, this is just not dignified. I'm trying to shame it into stopping.
Up next.
Like, I have to fight a dragon today. Get the hell out of here.
Stinky.
Not how we wanted the morning to go.
What's Stinky up to? I know you can't really see when you move him around, so I'll move him around for you. What is Stinky up to?
Stinky is going to charge attack that bastard.
So with his movement,
Also
he can.
downstairs.
With his movement, he can. So Stinky will actually step back and like up one of these pillars and jump forward
Jump forward
towards
onto the table.
towards the table. Do you have Stinky's sheet up?
I have Stinky's sheet in front of me.
Make that attack.
All right, so charge attack and
Well, start
Bite.
with just the attack
Yep.
first. Yeah.
Yep, I was just reading, and now I'm trying to figure out where my how'd you get all the way under there, combat tracker? God, I would not be able to do this on a laptop at all. All right, so animated table.
Ooh.
So it
you missed.
lands. So Stinky lands on the table, no problem, but isn't able to do any damage. So he lands on it, and he's like, but
I mean, he's stuck to it really well. He just did no damage. I literally need to find the GIF and send it to you of him of the frog, whatever the frog looks like when it's trying to eat something it can't. 'Cause it's...
Lore, you have Misty stepped into the other room. There's a table that's fighting a couple of your friends. What are you up to?
Anything valuable in here?
Make a investigation check, which is intelligence based.
They got it. I believe in them.
You don't find anything valuable. You're looking around. You're like, this kitchen, that cauldron. No, it's all rusty. So with a 4, no, you don't really find anything interesting.
Do I find the 4 toss a coin to your PCs?
I've already put those into the
yes,
the PC.
is
So
what you're
yes,
saying.
you find random gold scattered around.
You find an old tip jar.
An old tip jar. Okay, I find like a couple embalming tools.
Some ancient dwarf's life savings.
Nah, like like some embalming tools, like a couple of wood bowls that look nice. I'd like tuck those away.
Oh my
Some
lord.
basic Skyrim and a very old carrot that is a bit.
35 wheels of cheese.
Nope, don't find any of those because nothing in here is technically eatable. There's 5 of them, by the way. because I think Kistel just dropped another
Oh,
one.
and a single lit torch.
Yep. Yeah.
Awesome.
I like to imagine the fifth comes from when you move the bowl, it falls out of the bowl onto you.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. I just like hit the E button as I walk around in a circle.
Just remember,
okay.
if you hold the pickup button, it'll hover in front of you, and you can just take it away and steal it without being noticed.
Yeah, except there's nobody in here to give a shit because somebody kited the table away from me.
Speaking of the person that kited the table away, Kreetha,
I am
it's your
gonna
turn.
walk back to the entrance though.
Go for it.
I'm considering that an action, and I'm just gonna like casually walk back.
Kreetha, what are you up to?
Oh, Kreetha.
You're currently
Kreetha's-
involved in an epic duel with a table.
An epic duel with a table. And this is a wooden table, correct?
I'm really glad you all got into this encounter. I was worried you were going to bypass it entirely. I'm really glad that this happened. Yes, it's a wooden
Would it
table.
be a bonus?
So there's money over there.
Would it be a bonus action to, like, light a torch?
Lighting a torch, I'm going to say, is actually an action. It takes some, like, actual, like...
Takes some doing unless you have a thing that you can use to accelerate that process.
I like where you're going with this, though.
I
I'm
have
just
two
saying-
actions, though, right? Or do I just have 2 attacks?
You
not
have two
actions?
when you attack, you can make a second attack because level 5 martial.
Okay.
Currently, Stinky is on top of this table, riding it like it's a rodeo.
Yeah, so like my I'm just trying to think about.
Can I retroactively ask a shenanigans question?
Sure, what's your shenanigans question?
Could I have used animal handling to tame it?
To tame the table?
The
No.
table.
I don't think it's
Damn
a
it.
beast.
What?
What about could I use Arcana to tame the table?
I'm willing to let you roll an Arcana check to see if it's possible to tame the table.
Oh shit, we know the turn-off word. Remember the automatons?
Nope.
I have it in
Kreetha,
my notes.
God.
I'm gonna roll that Arcana just because it's funny to me. I got a 15.
You're pretty sure there's a word that'll turn it off.
Yeah, but I want it as a pet.
No. God.
Yeah, okay, how are you gonna get the table down the chain ladder?
Everybody else in the party has a pet. Okay, look at this. We have Stinky.
You have a pet sword.
Who has Kreetha. We have
Technically, she's the sword's pet.
whatever. We have Gale. Gale has Scoots or whatever his name is right now. And then Calder has Meepo. Why
I'm
can't
not
I have a
clicking
pet?
on that.
Meepo might object to that characterization.
All right. Kreetha, you still have an action. Let's kind of try to
Kreetha
move this
hasn't
along.
done anything yet because Kreetha is confused. And you guys all help him. She's really not good at
It's-
fighting against wooden things.
I'm happy
It's
to
her.
let you. I'm
Just
happy to let you
hit-
lose your turn for not knowing what to do.
Just hit it.
I mean, she's gonna be like coming in and attacking its legs again, I would assume.
It's a
It's
piece
right
of
there.
dwarven furniture. Embrace your rage.
Just gonna
Take your
yes,
attacks. Take your attacks.
embrace her rage. Sure thing.
Oh man. Oh, you totally missed.
It was
I don't
so
hate the
close
attack.
to a
I-
20, but instead it went to a 2.
Oh, yeah, we call that a tease.
Second attack.
Second attack. Okay, that time you hit, but barely. You're like, what am I even
Barely.
doing right now?
Oh God, yeah, they're pretty much very confused.
Come on, take it out. You got this.
Not bad damage.
Not bad at all.
So you deal some pretty significant damage. God. All right. So the table,
Who still has a frog on it?
which still has a frog, just like
Sticky.
sitting on top of it.
Stuck to it because sticky.
Unfortunately, it can't, like, it's a table, right? It can't, like, reach up and over its own back. So it's just gonna go ahead and attack Karitha.
Yeah. This is hilarious in my head, and I need to draw it.
And it, oh man!
No, not okay, the last time I was critically hit.
It is a disadvantage.
It's not a disadvantage at this
Yes,
time.
it is. I hit it with.
You hit it with. Oh man, that sucks for me. Okay, no worries. Good point. It was hit with frost. So sad. That would have been so good. Okay, it misses because of the frost.
You see your life flash before your eyes.
For just a moment.
Yeah. Instead of seeing somebody's else life flash before my eyes, so a change, I guess.
It rears up, and because you're on the stairs, like it rears up to where you are, and you for just a second catch just a quick like psychic glimpse of one of those tables just like coming through your chest and out your back, and you're able to just dodge to the side thanks to the frost that's slowing it down.
I've never seen a table attack anybody. This
Calder,
is
it's your
just
turn.
New.
Oh, I love this encounter.
I refuse to commit effort to this. I can't, like, it's not giving me a hard time targeting the table because it's because the frog's on top of it.
Combat tracker.
Oh yeah. You can always target it on the tracker. It
Right,
fails.
it failed. So I will tag it with a damage. 5 more cold damage and disadvantage.
All right.
Question: does this hurt my frog because he's literally stuck to the top of it?
It's
Does
only
he
one-
get frostbite on his toesy woesies?
Like, he's probably not happy because the frost is like creeping over the top of it, but that's about it.
Yeah, it's not going to take any damage or anything. Speaking of Stinky, so Stinky is currently on top of this table, sticking to it.
Hold on.
Go
I was
ahead.
gonna say Charlotte will take a second during her ritual thing and be like, I sure hope they haven't activated any more of like those automatons or anything like that, and I hope they remember the word to shut them off if they have. And that's Charlotte's turn.
The funny thing is I'm pretty sure I remember what the,
So
what
I
the
have
word
a
is.
question.
But I'm not gonna say it because I refuse to do anything. with effort.
What's your question,
I have
Jen?
a question. My question is twofold. First, how high is the ceiling in this room?
The ceiling is 20 feet up.
Cool. Second, because he has been taking so much cold damage, does that make him brittle? Him being the table.
No. The only effect is that it has disadvantage on its attacks.
Well, technically, it might be brittle because it's taken a bunch of damage.
It has taken a shit ton of damage though.
Just punch it real hard.
The reason I ask is, can Stinky just jump up and land back down with all of his weight?
Totally.
He's not a light frog.
Absolutely.
That sounds like an attack roll.
Yeah, just go ahead and so he jumps up to the top and like does a Rurouni Kenshin up and like
I'm picturing
Yeah,
more like
pretty much
I'm picturing more like
Right
Kirby's
there.
down basic.
How do I roll this?
just roll the regular attack. I'll move Stinky
The
off of the
bite?
table so that
Okay.
you can target it more easily.
All right, well, I used the combat tracker.
Oh, good call.
People's elbow.
He misses.
Miss the table.
So
It's too
now
cold. Put off.
Stinky is still on top of the table, but now he's upside down because he jumps
in
up to the
Stinky's
top.
in Stinky's defense, the table is halfway down the stairs, so it is a slanted
Yeah, I could see him like
surface.
rolling on the
So,
slant,
like, he
but, oh
bounced.
my god.
Stinky does not have good luck with animated objects, so
It's actually very good that I modeled him after the same kind of frogs I own, because dumpy frogs are not, they're not elegant or like graceful at all.
Lore, so you don't actually hear the Benny Hill theme playing?
I don't even know
But-
what the Benny Hill theme is. So we're good.
Yeah, anyway.
Nope.
So there's a table that is currently like about to throw this frog off of it.
Eldritch
What do you
Blast it.
do?
Eldritch Blast.
I Eldritch Blast it.
Make the attack.
No. Bad pet. I am chastising my pet.
Pens can be assholes. I get it.
Can be.
Kretha is going to have trauma if you make this into your pet. She's gonna have trauma anyway. She's not gonna sit at a table for a long time, is what I'm saying.
I mean, it's
trust
still
any table.
Still rather walk around with the animated table than the Clarion Corpse.
Do you get a second
Okay, I have
blast at
two
this level?
beams.
You do get a second
So-
one. Okay, go for it. Oh, that was almost a 3.
Yeah.
Okay, so you hit it with the blast, and finally, the table just like explodes into splinters.
I'm gonna assume I was walking towards it, so it explodes as soon as I'm there, and I'm like, why are you guys like this?
Stinky has splinters in him. Creep is pissed, and
There's like, this took literally no effort from me at all.
I called her on the side and we'll just walk away back to the room.
tables can't do that. What?
So
No.
so
No, tables could do that? You're telling... How? No.
So
this is not right.
there's no
Yank out the splinter.
damage. There's no damage, but Stinky now has just splinters, like
Yeah, just
all over the place. Like
Oh,
no
yeah.
damage, but like very
Looks like a-
uncomfortable splinters, like a
looks like a
lion in
dog.
its paw. Like
yeah, looks like a dog who stuck its face in a porcupine.
I like how Lore's trying to brush us off as no big deal, even though Lore lost more than half her health to this thing.
Oh no, like Lore, no, but the thing is that nobody
go.
saw Lore bleeding before it exploded, so Lore's like, ow. That was pain. I shouldn't have done
amazing.
that.
Okay,
Casually walks through.
I want to get a quick roundabout of reactions to what just happened. Then we'll go ahead and take our break, and I believe Em is going to have to take
I'm gonna
off.
go be unconscious.
And then we are probably going to truncate this particular session and go straight
Yeah.
into our talk back, which is also probably going to be pretty shortened. We expected to fight a dragon. We fought a table instead. These things happen.
Basically the same thing.
Let's go from the top down on my screen. Charlotte, you are still. You finish up eventually your casting. Tell us a little bit about what happens at the end of your casting.
So, for the people in the room that can see it, which is Meepo, you see that they're like at the tail end of this casting, like the fog and the magic glittery dust that was kind of like coming into being over Charlotte's spellbook finally starts to coincide and condense, and you would expect it to be about this size, because that's like the bat that Swoops normally is, but it's a lot less. It's very small, in fact, and then popping into existence on top of her spellbook is a crab. And the crab proportionally is this big.
Oh, it's so
Swoops.
cute.
Swoops is now Scoots. Thank you, Jeff. And
That's a great-
he
I love
is
it, I
a
love it.
pea crab.
So
That is
cute.
an adorable crab. I love it so much. And we have renamed it to Scoots.
Scoots.
Every time, like I can't play a clip from it because of copyright shit. But like every time you bring up Scoots out of character, I always think Crab Rave, the song in my head, and it's just like
Hey, as long as it's under 30 seconds, we're fine.
Oh, God.
Those are
I'm not
notes for
saying that
future
I've been
us.
looking at copyright laws a lot recently, but copyright laws.
Swoops has now been reborn as Scoots the Crab. Kreetha,
table.
what is your immediate reaction to the
Still
table being
cursing
defeated?
about tables. And like kicking the pieces of splinters and pulling out the splinters from her frog and just completely like
Oh, Stinky's miserable. Stinky is
Oh,
so
yeah, Stinky
not
is
down with
not
having all of
happy.
these little pieces of wood sticking out of him.
Stinky is making a really weird like sound that you've never heard from him before. And it's Kreetha is traumatized and angry.
I was going top to bottom, so I should be back in here. Jeff, what is Calder's reaction now that you have defeated this thing that was clearly below your dignity to engage?
As I return back to the cathedral room with Meepo and Charlotte, and after Scoots has been fully summoned, and I am inevitably asked the question, what was going on? I'm just going to say, Kretha has rediscovered her hatred of dwarven furniture.
Yeah.
And that's it.
So has Stinky, who has been attacked by a fucking rug, has been attacked by a table. Stinky is not having it.
Stinky is not happy with inanimate objects in general at this point.
No.
I'm pretty sure Stinky just hates furniture in general.
Lore, what is your reaction to having defeated the great and powerful dwarven table?
I'm gonna go take a short rest.
Fantastic. And with that, I think that we can table this for now.
During this, I'm gonna spend the missing 2 hit dice.
Robin's not kind to do 1d4 psychic damage to your players.
to go back up.
Oh man. Okay, so I think we'll go ahead and take the end of this combat and sweep it under the rug. Let's go ahead and take it's 7:50 Pacific time. Let's go ahead and take a 10-minute break. And when we come back, we will unfortunately be -1M, and we're going to do our little out-of-character talkback at the end. And the talkback is actually going to be pretty interesting this time, because we do have like a month and a half worth of... We've been talking back and forth about stuff for a bit, so please do stick around. M, go ahead and plug your pluggables before you go.
I'm 1 silver key on all the things. I will not be streaming until Saturday, because... Hell Week is Hell Week, and working 60 hours sucks.
That's entirely
sorry. Fair. I know your pain.
Look, this is like day 4 of these, and I have at least 3 more to go, and there is a chance that next week will be the same. I
go
am going to be able to pay my rent with this paycheck.
Good.
That's all I got.
Oh man, of course I had
experience the sleep. Find the sleep.
Yes. All right. So M is off. If you have any questions for us players or me as a DM or anything like that, please get them in. We will answer them when we get back. Thank you for being here so far. We'll be back in 9 minutes at 8 o'clock p.m. Pacific.
You can ask questions about any session that we've had so far.
Totally.
In fact, if you've been like watching the YouTube channel, plug a YouTube channel.
YouTube.com/gaming mathematically. Yes.
Then you can absolutely be like, hey, so in episode 3 of the Sunless Citadel, we will answer those questions too.
Totally. All right, friends, we will be back in just a few minutes. Thank you very much for being here so far. See you in a few minutes.